MTN Sports. This is Grizzly Insider, sponsored by Albertsons Safeway.
Hello everyone and welcome to Grizzly Insider here on the Montana Television Network. I'm your host, Kyle Hansen. We're halfway through February with just a couple of weeks left in the regular season for the Montana men's and women's basketball teams. And it was another big weekend for the Grizzlies as the women split a home series with Idaho State and Weber State to make it 5 wins in their last 6 games, while the Grizz men got the sweep on the road to extend their current winning streak to 5. All of that leads up to a big weekend when the Grizz head east to Bozeman to take on the Bobcats this coming Saturday. We have coaches Brian Holsinger, Travis DeKeer, as well as Lady Griz forward Keeli Burton-Oliver joining us in studio this week. But as always, let's first look back at the highlights from the most recent week in Grizz basketball. The Lady Griz were the home team for Montana this weekend as they welcomed Idaho State to Missoula on Thursday. The traditionally powerhouse Bengals have had an up-and-down year this season, but they came to Missoula ready to play in a physical contest with the Lady Griz. Montana had opportunities to put ISU away after grabbing a 9-point lead in the fourth quarter, but the Bengals responded with a 10-0 run to retake the lead late as the game continued to go back and forth. The game came down to the final seconds as UM led by 1 point with 7.7 seconds left, but Cameron Coleman drew a controversial foul with 0.9 seconds left on Sammy Fatkin. Coleman knocked down both ensuing free throws, and UM's buzzer beater didn't go as the Bengals beat the Lady Griz 55-54 to snap their 4-game winning streak. On Saturday, the Lady Griz hosted Weber State on a day where UM played its first official game on the newly named Robin Selvig court. Montana jumped out to a 20-9 lead in the first quarter, and while they struggled on offense the rest of the way, defensively, they clamped down on the Wildcats as UM bounced back to beat Weber State 65-48 to split the home series. Meanwhile, the Grizz men were on the road over the weekend, and Montana earned the season sweep of the Bengals with a 69-61 victory over Idaho State as Lonell Martin Jr. and Deshaun Thomas combined for 8 3-pointers, and UM pulled away late by holding the Bengals scoreless for 9 straight minutes in the second half. On Saturday, the Grizzlies rematched with rival Weber State, a team they lost to in last-second fashion in Missoula, but in Ogden, Montana jumped out quickly with a big offensive performance. Anan Moody scored 23 points in the win as the Grizz shot over 50% from the floor, and a 3-pointer by him midway through the second half gave UM a 58-42 lead. But Weber State rallied down the stretch to get within one possession multiple times. But in the end, the Grizzlies found a way to hold them off as they defeated the Wildcats 74-69 to win their 5th straight game. Coming up, Brian Holsinger joins us in studio to talk about this recent week for the Lady Griz. That's next on Grizzly Insider.
There's more coverage of the Grizzlies online anytime at montanasports.com. Welcome back to Grizzly Insider, sponsored by Albertsons Safeway.
We're back on Grizzly Insider, and we're going to kick off this week's show with Lady Griz head coach Brian Holsinger. Brian, just your thoughts after a split week with Idaho State with the close loss, and then Weber State, you guys got the big win after christening the Robin Selvig court.
Yeah, what a special weekend. Obviously, the real frustrating game on Thursday with the foul call at the end. Even with that, we didn't play our best. It was a really physical game that they tried to make it. It was kind of their pace, and anytime you make a game what another team loves to do, you risk having what happened. And then, to turn around on Saturday and celebrate Robin on Friday night, it was just unbelievable to be a part of that. And then get a big win against Weber State on that night, which was really special. I told him one of the things I was telling somebody after the game is I drew some drawings, but on the board I drew a jersey with Montana logo on it and just said, putting this jersey on today means a lot more today than it did yesterday because of what they got to experience with Robin Selvig court.
Obviously, when big events, this year's been kind of had a lot of those, right? With kind of ways to celebrate the Lady Griz and, big nights with the N7 and, Skyla Cisco and now Robin Selvig and things like that. So, just when you get events like this with Robin Selvig court and you bring a lot of alumni back and former players, just what's it like, seeing just the tradition of history? Because, you see Robin out there with 50 former players and, you get to meet all of them and interact. It's just a really neat event, I feel like, for the university.
Well, it makes this program unique. It makes it special. I've been to a lot of different programs, and there's nothing like this. There really isn't. And it has to do with him. 38 years, one coach with all these different women, and it's their bond that they continue to share after that's all over is truly unique. I mean, I've been a lot of places, and so we want to continue that. We really try to get our players involved and meeting everybody, and what an amazing thing to have a legacy. Obviously the winning helps, but how he cared about them is truly, it's humbling to me. I want to do the same thing.
To go to the Thursday game and the loss against Idaho State, obviously 4 straight wins prior to that, and then kind of the hiccup there. But, when you go into a game like that and you know it's going to be a grind, I guess what was kind of the message to the girls in those moments? And coming up short is difficult, but you guys were able to rebound as well.
All week I was really tough on them. Because I knew human nature, you want to relax, and you win 4 in a row. It really means nothing, but to them, everybody's telling them that they're this and they're second place, and I'm like, none of that matters until the end anyway, so keep focused. And I thought we were relaxed. Just some immaturity there, and as much as you, as a coach, you don't want that to happen, we relaxed, didn't come out right, gave them some confidence. Obviously, the 2 girls had big games against us, which was not okay, but we learned our lesson just like we did have most of the year, where we came on Friday at practice and you could tell the intense focus that they had because of that. So hopefully moving forward, we don't have those kind of lapses.
Ultimately, too, then you get the turnaround against Weber State, and really a fast first quarter, and then the game gets kind of, ugly, a lot of missed shots, a lot of turnovers, and it's just, grind out victory to still win by 17 points, but, to still bounce back and win kind of even in ugly fashion. Just your thoughts on your team being able to do that?
Yeah, I loved it. Man, I tell you, I'm a defensive guy, and we haven't won too many games this year, grind out defensive wins. And so for me, I love the game. Everybody in the fans are like, can we make a shot? I'm like, I get it. We only shot 30-some%, which this team's very offensive. It's just that we've played well offensively. For me, it was funny because I was like, hey, this is great. This is my kind of game. Rock fight. We end up winning close to 20 points, but they just had a hard time scoring against us. And so, of course, I'd love to hit a few more shots, of course, and, I think we could have scored 80 easy if you'd make anything. And I thought, looking back at the film, I think we had great looks. They were wide open, a lot of the shots. Just didn't go. But to be able to do that and still win like we did was just, to a defensive coach's heart, it just makes you happy.
I was about to say, you might be the only person who was excited
right.
or okay not seeing all the shots fall. So, obviously, another big week, second time meeting with the rival Montana State Bobcats, and they got you guys here in Missoula. You guys have the week to prepare. Just, your thoughts on them and seeing them again, and just how you guys might adjust playing them again.
Yeah, it's a big game. It's so fun. It's fun to be a part of a rivalry. We'll play better. We're a completely different team than we were then. We played really poorly. That was a stretch for whatever reason. You have stretches in the season that you just don't play well. That was right before we tried to just change the lineup up, so our lineup's completely different. We're playing a different level of basketball, in my opinion, at this point. But it won't be easy. Playing there it's going to be difficult. I expect us to play much better. We have to, our seniors got to step up. These are games and these rivalry games where you only get a couple chances a year to play this game. So I look forward to seeing how our seniors step up and play.
Always, Brian, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Lady Griz, Bobcats, 2 p.m. on Saturday. And don't go anywhere. We'll be joined by Lady Griz redshirt freshman forward Keeli Burton-Oliver coming up.
Get social with Grizzly fans and follow MTN Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Welcome back to Grizzly Insider, sponsored by Albertson Safeway.
Welcome back to Grizzly Insider, and we are joined by Lady Griz redshirt freshman forward Keeli Burton-Oliver. Keeli, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Big weekend for the team and for you personally, and we'll kind of get to that in a little bit, but let's talk about the week first against Idaho State and Weber State. Split series, tough loss against Bengals, bounce back against the Wildcats. Just from the players' perspective, what was the week like, and at least getting the bounce back win on Saturday?
Yeah, I think obviously Thursday was a pretty disappointing loss, but I'm really proud of how we responded. I think we responded really well and really came back with some fight. We were all pretty mad after that, so I feel like we really came back and showed what we could do at Weber.
The team's been kind of rolling now. I believe it's 5 wins in the last 6 games, and the Idaho State game's one of those just grind out games. But in a game like that, how does the team kind of try to keep their edge a little bit? And it's a disappointing loss at the end, but how do you guys kind of stay focused when you're on the wrong side of things?
I think it's really a lot of just keeping up on each other, having each other's back, make sure we're always there for each other. And that really helps us, I feel like, get the edge and the confidence that makes us perform at our best.
Going into Saturday, what was the feeling around the team? What was the confidence level? How did you guys kind of get so prepared? Because you started fast against Weber State, and it just wasn't really much of a game past that first quarter.
Yeah, I think we were ready. We were really excited. We had a great practice the day before, so I think we all could kind of tell we were ready to really have a good win and a good gritty win.
How would you describe just what the last few weeks have been like? Just winning 5 of the last 6, a couple sweeps in there, and just the team really kind of bouncing back from that the week where there was the loss to Eastern, loss to the Bobcats, and then from there, it seems like things are kind of clicking right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been insane. It's been so much fun. I mean, it really is just feels like basketball back when you were little. Like, we're just playing with our friends, doing what we love to do, and I think it's been making us better.
Cool thing about the Thursday game was the partnership with the American Heart Association, something that is near and dear to you, and you guys got to wear the really cool shoot-around jerseys. So, one, can you kind of just walk us through, kind of some of the health conditions you've had to kind of deal with as an athlete, and getting a chance to partner with the American Heart Association?
Yeah, well, in 2020, my summer going into my freshman year of college, I was diagnosed with left ventricular non-compaction, which is just a heart condition where basically my heart doesn't compact as much as it needs to. And it's not very well studied or very well known about, so that's why when I went to Arizona State, they never cleared me to play because they just didn't really want to take the risk. And then, yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah. It's such a fascinating journey that you've had, right? Because you went to ASU and then back to Washington State, and then obviously here mid-year transfer last year for the Lady Griz. So it's been kind of a jump around journey, and like you've had to deal with some of these health conditions. So for you, how have you handled them? Like, how have you been able to deal with them in so much adversity, even so early in your college career?
Yeah, I mean, it's been very hard. I have a great support system. My mom, my siblings, my stepdad, my grandma, they're all always here for me. And obviously my coaches and my teammates, like, they're always here for me. And it can be hard because, a lot of people for the last few years have told me that I probably won't ever be able to play basketball and it probably wouldn't be a good idea. But, I mean, I'm just really proud of myself that I've stuck it through and I'm here. Absolutely.
Well, you mentioned you're proud of yourself, and as you should be. What has it meant to you to see you kind of overcome those obstacles to have a Division I college basketball career?
Yeah, I mean, I won't lie. I never thought that I would be here. Like, the last 2 years, I really thought that, like, my basketball career was over. And, I mean, I'm just so blessed and thankful to have another chance and to have people who are really willing to, like, support me and do everything that they need to do so that I'm at my best. And I think that's just the biggest blessing about being here.
How did your partnership with the American Heart Association come about?
They contacted me not that long ago and asked me to be an ambassador. So they're going to have this big event at the end of the month that I'm going to get to go speak at. And so we picked a heart game that was going to be during the month of February, and then my stepdad actually designed the little Griz heart logo on the front.
Nice.
And so we just printed out the shirts.
That's awesome. It's been now a year and a half with the Lady Griz program for you. Big week this week playing the Bobcats, which you've seen, kind of as a spectator and then as a player earlier this year as well. So how would you kind of describe what your time here at Montana has been like as you've found a home here and been able to kind of prove a lot of people wrong and play basketball again?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really fun. It's been really exciting. Obviously, there's challenges to everything, but again, I mean, I think I always am just going to go back to the people. Like, they're really the reason I'm here and what make it so I am able to be here and am able to do the things that I need to do.
Absolutely. Well, Keeli, kudos to you for the work you do and, getting a chance to, kind of get on the field and the year you're having here with the Lady Griz. And thanks so much for joining us here.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. And don't go anywhere. We'll be joined by men's coach Travis DeCure coming up.
There's more coverage of the Grizzlies online anytime at montanasports.com. Welcome back to Grizzly Insider, sponsored by Albertson Safeway.
We're back on Grizzly Insider, and we are joined by head men's basketball coach Travis DeCure. And Travis, I'm talking to you after another sweep, and it's 5 straight for you guys right now. How does it feel kind of on this roll you guys are on the second half of conference play?
It feels good. More important than how many wins we've had, just we're playing better basketball. We're healthier. We've had more guys available to us in terms of preparing for games, and I just think we're flowing a lot better on both sides of the ball.
You guys come into this road trip on a 3-game winning streak. You had your first home sweep, not looking for that first road sweep against 2 pretty good teams, so you go into the Idaho State game. Defense is key in this one, but what was, from your perspective, working the most against the Bengals?
Our ball movement, we had some stretches where the ball is just moving quickly. We found some things in the scout in terms of execution on the offensive end that they would struggle with. They made an adjustment, and so quickly out of the first immediate timeout, we kind of took advantage of that a little bit, and they hit a stretch where we jumped up 10 early, and a lot of that was just ball movement and trusting one another and playing together, which is something we've been stressing for a long period of time, and I felt like this was the first weekend we actually seen it come to fruition.
You guys had a lot of success against them here in Missoula, but again, that second half, I think you guys held them 9 minutes without a point. Defense just on point, kind of on that first game of a road trip. Like, why were you guys kind of locked in on that side of the ball?
We were more physical. Our attention to detail. Laulu was huge. First half and second half in those stretches. I think he was plus 11 in 14 minutes of play or something like that. And his activity around the basket, fighting the touch. I thought Deshaun got off to a really good start defending the ball, just keeping it out of the post. And a lot of the offensive production is just throwing the ball inside. And I thought our bigs did a really good job keeping it out.
When you get a win like that and you carry it into the rivalry game against Weber State, how much did that maybe catapult you guys? Because Weber State, another good game for you guys, and walking away with a win.
It was a big game. I think really going into Weber, it was more opportunity to play against a team that you felt you beat for 39 minutes, almost 40 minutes. And there were things we could have done better in that game to not allow it to come down to that possession. So I think we went into it with a lot of confidence. But at the same time, we were as together as we had been all year because of what we were trying to accomplish. And I think that Montana State kind of presents some of the same characteristics, a team that at home we had a lead, comes down to a foul call, and we'd love to have that opportunity again.
When it comes to Weber State, second half you guys are up 16 points against them, like you mentioned, some confidence, but they find a way to battle back, but you hold them off this time. Just down the stretch, what was working for them to come back in, and how are you guys able to maybe close this one out as opposed to the one in Missoula?
The scout, good teams, good players adjust to the scout and how you defend. And a lot of our help was coming off of Porter, who hadn't really been scoring and shooting the ball for percentage lately. And he hit a 3 in the first half. And I think that kind of got the lid off for him. And then in the second half, we really did a good job of defending them and locking them down and taking away the shots that they really were trying to get. And then he got going and took advantage of a couple mismatches, and so we had to readjust defensively to slow him down.
Obviously injuries have been kind of a little bit of a story this season, injuries and sickness with players out, and Mac Anderson's missed, the last few weeks, briefly appeared against Idaho State for you guys. So you mentioned Laulu, and his, when he got here, everybody was like rebounding and defense for him, and he's been kind of filling that role. What can you say about him, kind of filling in those shoes as Mac's been out?
Well, when you don't have an opportunity to really evaluate a young man, you watch film. And you sit down and you have conversations, but you really don't have a pure evaluation of strengths, weaknesses, style of play, how well they adjust. And I think for him, some of the things that we do defensively were very difficult for him to adjust to in a short period of time. And over the season, he's just continued to improve in those areas. And he's an example of just being prepared for opportunity. And I think he's really stepped up over these last couple of weeks. And a lot of it is really just his physical presence. The rebounding has been huge, but they really don't jump out numbers-wise. But his physical presence on both sides of the ball, contesting shots, defending the post, and finishing around the basket have been huge for us.
And he was a Division II player at Metro State in Colorado, and so how much of that was him just getting here and seeing the Division I level maybe acclimating? Because he was one of the top rebounders in the country when he got here.
Yeah, a lot of that is opportunity playing. Some of that, too, is, Division I is a lot bigger. And so just running and out jumping and pushing guys around isn't necessarily always going to work because you're not the biggest guy on the floor. So I think for him, he had to adjust to the speed of the game and the size of the game, which he's done a very good job of.
Next up for you guys, obviously, is the Bobcats in Bozeman. You had the close one here that came really right down to the very end against them, and obviously they're one of the top teams in the league again this year. So for you guys, how do you approach this week now that you have a little extra time to prepare for them and see them again and what's going to be a big game?
You spend some time looking at things that worked. You try to make adjustments in some areas that maybe they defended us or we didn't do a good job defensively. But at the same time, a lot of games have been played since, and they're a well-coached program too, and so you can't expect them to just do everything the same. So you just got to go in and play the best basketball you can. And for us, it's try to get fresh with a day off and then, really just kind of refocus on the things that we've done well these last couple of weeks and see if we can continue.
Travis, as always, thanks so much for your time. Grizzmen taking on the Bobcats on Saturday at 7 p.m., and we'll be right back on Grizzly Insider.
Take coverage of the Grizz with you. Download our app for your favorite mobile device today. Welcome back to Grizzly Insider, sponsored by Albertson Safeway.
Welcome back to Grizzly Insider. It's rivalry week here in the state of Montana as UM will clash with MSU in Bozeman on Saturday. The Bobcats swept the first meeting between the programs here in Missoula earlier this year, and the women will kick the day off at 2, while the men will play at 7. And MTN will have your broadcast for both games. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you again next week. Have a great evening, everyone.